okay now. Yeah, Amazonia. Off we go.
Yeah, the map pool a little bit different. We're gonna, is of course, play all 7 as you mentioned, so we're gonna get 7 maps no matter what, even if it's a 7-0. We have Amazonia, Autumn Leaves, Concealed Hill, Echo Isles 2.0, Hammerfall, Tidehunters, and Twisted Meadows will end it off. So Amazonia probably the only weird map of the 7. But it's cool. We don't get to see it too often, and I think for Human vs. Orc, it's actually okay. Probably slightly Orc favored, arguably. But I think it's a decent map for this matchup specifically.
Yeah, normally it's considered a pretty good map for Pally Rifles, and I think this is the interest of many viewers out there, and also of many orcs. How do we beat Pally Rifles? What's the way to go? But surprise, surprise, no Pally Rifles here. It's Archmage instead, eh?
Yeah, I think we're going to definitely see a lot of Pally Rifles today, but it's cool to start things off a little bit more standard, maybe keep someone guessing. We saw some things, like there was a YouTube video uploaded on our channel of Happy just going TC, blind countering the Pally Rifles. So I think to start a long series off that's going to go 7 maps with a little bit of just an establishment of what you're going to play, more standard play maybe from Starbuck to keep someone on his toes. I think that's the right way to do things, and Starbuck is probably doing this intentionally.
You've been playing... Oh, hold on. We're going to get into it here in a moment. You've been playing a bit of ladder as well and streaming, I think, a little bit, right, on your ungodly hours when sometimes I saw them. In your ladder games, how much Pally Rifle does one encounter?
Much more than previously, but I'm from, US West back in the day, where a lot of Pally Rifle was played. American players had a tendency to play Pally Rifles because of players like Furf and HTRT. They were very, very strong Pally Rifle players. So it was more common in NA, but I've been seeing it like 2 to 3 times a day, which before it was maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I love playing it, though. I beat it every single time. Free MMR.
Oh, interesting. What's your strat to beat it then?
I think I've heard you talk about it, or I've heard somebody mention that you've talked about it. The
Farseer.
Farseer, Panda, Firelord, 9 Headhunters. And I go Tauren Totem, so it's Tri-Hero with 1 Tauren and 9 Berserkers, and you have that by 7.5 minutes, so you hold their Blood Mage timing. Very, very strong.
Yeah, Hitman even told me you stop at like 34 supply or whatever, Headhunters, right? And second hero Panda. And then double Totem, he told me, on the way to tier 3.
Oh, interesting. I haven't actually seen that adjustment from him. I did get the strat from him initially, but it was just from watching him on Flow. And then the Tauren thing, I sort of arrived at by myself slightly, but I saw Starbuck go a single Kodo as well when he was playing Orc. There's a lot of different things with Pally Rifles, which I'm sure we're going to see none of from Soed because he plays TC second against Pally Rifles.
Yeah. I wanted to get some of these orcs on board for me to at least start trying to play that tier 3 triple hero, Firelord, and Tauren stuff, right? And I asked Soen, he was like, polite as the Koreans always are, I'm not so sure that this strat is so good. And I showed him the link from Raraland where Tiesyok played it. And he knows Tiesyok, so he has some respect for him. And he's like, okay, I don't know, maybe this can work. Maybe he just won because he had better micro. But I would love to see somebody try it. We had Focus, for example, today, trying something else. He tried Blade Master, heavy creeping, going tier 3 with Blade, Mirror Image, Grunts, and then late game tried to go Bloodlust. But that didn't work out at all. Bloodlust didn't even get close to ready, and he was just overrun. And that's the big problem, right? When the Pally comes across the map with the Blood Mage, are you going to be ready with your tech that you are intending? Which, didn't see too much. We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here, I guess, talking about Pally Rifles, when in fact this game isn't even about Pally Rifles.
Let's go Remo and Carson. This gonna be awesome.
Quite the opposite. It's 2 racks Headhunters. I think we were both taken aback a little bit when we saw that initially. Starbuck has reacted to this with Defend on the way, already done actually, just finished recently, and a second Barracks himself. Someone's going to have to tech, and probably, which he does now do, and probably go into 2 Grunts at least to deal with this amount of Defend Footmen. This is going to be very difficult for someone to get much more damage done, but he has to be aggressive. He invested so much into this early game.
Big thanks to Skimmy with a huge donation. Another player who was there also at Raraland. 50 euros says, let's go Remo and Carson. This is going to be awesome. Thank you, Skimmy, for the support, dude. That is wonderful. Yeah, we're going to be in here for a good time in this full best of 7. The Play All 7 show match. And yeah, this is an unconventional early game. This is just mass defense footies against mass headhunters. And on paper there, the footies should come out on top.
And I have to imagine this was a blind counter to Pally Rifles,
Yes.
right? Like, just mass aggression. There's not one that I've seen before, but it would definitely work. Just running into the Paladin, maybe an aggressive shop. So Starbuck, super smart to just start this off with a standard game with Archmage.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem right now for the Orc, right? Because you have to get ready for so many different styles. It might be rifles, it might be cast, it might be expansion, or it might be the Pally Rifles. If only you knew what you were facing, you could try to counter it fully. But that's the strength, I guess, of human. You can play whatever opening you want, sort of, out of the strategies that there are, and they all kind of work. Whereas for the Orc, it seems to be much more tailor-made.
Yeah, against the Expo, you tend to want an early grunt, maybe creeping level 2, you could argue could be the best option. Against Pally Rifles, I guess people haven't really sorted out exactly what they want to do yet. Soen seems to be... I mean, maybe I wouldn't call this desperate because it's map 1 of a 7-map series. It's totally fine to go for something a little bit more cheesy, a little bit more blind countering when you're playing this many games against somebody. But certainly, this at least confirms that Soen hasn't found a solid standard solution to Pally Rifles, going for this sort of a cheese. And now the Mountain King's already out for Starbuck. Could have gone for a Panda as well, I feel like. But keeping it as close to standard as he can. And he's just going to march forward. And Soen is pretty screwed here, I feel like.
Yeah, it's looking rough. The MK here with the Stormbolt can easily look for kills. The footies don't have much to fear. We are seeing a Torrent Totem being made in the back. Always good against defense footies. Doesn't have to be Torrents, just walkers. Farseer gonna get trapped over here. TP away. But those headhunters in the back still looking mighty bruised.
Oh, Mountain King is on the wrong side of the world right now to catch that Farseer. Farseer trying to pressure the Archmage. If you can get the Archmage out of your face, maybe you can get the remaining Footman out of your face, but every Stormbolt is a kill. Torrent Totem, as you mentioned, will finally counter these Footmen, so maybe Soen can live another day as day breaks right now, but it's going to be a lot of losses.
MK luckily out of mana, but not for too long. We get the Brilliance again kicking in. Soen seems to be reeling here. Not a good start for him into the series. It is hard to see him winning this game because normally, you know, if you don't have the best mid-game, or the best early game, perhaps not that big of a deal, you can still come back with a mid-game expansion. But this map is terrible. Absolutely terrible for expansion. One might say impossible for Orcs, so... I don't know, what's the win condition here? How is someone gonna turn this back?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not a good map for expansions, nor is it good to sort of run around and play from behind, because it's a very predictable map. It's pretty much just a big circle. If you're not at one side of the map, you're going to be at the other side, so one Footman scouts at one side and the army goes to the other, and you can pretty much always pressure the Orc off any big camps, like a mercenary camp in the corner, or one of the red camps, one of the shops. You should be able to know exactly where you're creepjacking, so it's going to be difficult for Soen to run around and play the hit-and-run style that maybe Orc would try to resort to in this situation. For now, Soen's going to get a couple of free creep camps. This is going to allow him to at least get Farseer, maybe level 3, maybe pick up a Zeppelin, maybe go for some sort of lane play as much as he can at least, because it is dual Sanctum.
Which also means the Wolves will lose a lot of value soon when there's Dispel, and we're going to have the easy counter. Is he gonna go Shockwave here, I wonder? Soen has played lots of Chainwave in the past. Run in, Speed Scroll, Ensnare, Chainwave, take out the casters. And once the casters are gone, then suddenly you have a much better chance.
Yeah, I think that'd be the right option here for Soen once he gets those levels. He's creeping pretty quickly. It seems like Starbuck is just going for an expansion. That tends to be a good way to play casters. They're better later on. So if you can force the game later, then you can get more casters, you can get more of that breaker front line that is oh so strong against the Orc heroes. So I think that's the right play now for Starbuck with the position that he's in. Soen continues to creep, and he will be close to level 3 on the TC if he's able to get one more camp. But here comes Starbuck yet again.
Defense footy is still pretty good here against the Headhunters at least, but we don't have too many of those anymore, to be honest. It is level 2 Chain Lightning. That one didn't even really bounce properly, though.
No, it didn't.
This just looks like a sad game for the Orc, bro. This is not looking good.
Yeah, he tried to counter something very, very specific with something even more specific. And Starbuck too smart to start things off. This is going to keep Soen on his toes, though. This is a good game to start the series, to make both players aware that they're not just going to, you know, blindly do one thing. Even though Pally Rifles have been very, very strong, Starbuck is capable of playing all the styles of human. So Soen has to be more prepared than this.
Yeah, according to the PRU, the Pally Rifle University, Starbuck is the second best Pally Rifle player out there, right after Fortitude, who we did see indeed play really well earlier in the day. Didn't succeed with Pally Rifles, well, actually against Orc he did, but not against Happy. And looks like now Starbuck's just gonna tighten the noose little by little. He's got his Expo up and running. He's gonna have a lot of econ to work with. He's got the strong heroes. And so, and he's just in Struggle City this whole game. Never really getting a great foot off the ground. He tried to go Headhunter, that didn't work. He tried to go Walkers, that didn't work. He tried to go Chainwave, that didn't really work either. So it's a lot of swing and a miss for this first map.
He's given it a fair shake. He's going to try to keep fighting as much as he can, but the Mountain King is only getting stronger. You could even see a Blizzard retrain at some point. Not that we would need it, and the expansion's mining. Soen probably aware something's going on behind this. But really, what can you do in Soen's position other than try to trade, try to win some creep camps, try to let your heroes play as strongly as they can, but the TC's still not even level 3. Needs one more footman to do that. And Starbuck is happy just to force a stalemate for as long as possible.
Archmage here a little bit out of position, but here's a Chainwave in the back. Alright, this is the point of this strategy. Take out the casters fast and then pick off the rest after. But the heal scroll was perfectly in time, and now it is the Farseer finding himself in trouble. One more Stormbolt would be his end. Not even necessary, it turns out. And with that hero going down, I think that should do it. Not even sure if Soen knows about the Expo, but if he did, I guess he would know. But this one's over.
Yeah, Soen's army looks pretty strong. The only issue is dealing with the breakers, of course, but when he can finally get into the caster backline, he can get some damage done. Unfortunately, the Farseer has been long dead. Imagine if there was a set of level 2 wolves fighting the breakers right now. That would be quite nice. Maybe Soen could even win a fight, but I'm afraid with the expansion, with the Farseer dead and with the TC running lower and lower on mana, there's going to be no freebies any longer, and Starbuck, although 53 supply, he'll soon be up to 60, 65, and Starbuck is going to close this one out, I think, without issues from here. Raider finally finds the expansion, but Soen has no answers to deal with that currently. He's going to go back home, get some more mana on the TC, and then I guess he'll have one final push once the Farseer comes back. And the supply is, I mean, they're close to even, kind of, maybe with perfect micro.
Chat asking about lower bitrate. Yeah, kind of weird. My OBS went down to 3000 kbps. I turned it back down to back up to 6000. Now it should be better, guys, right? Weird.
OBS is a strange program. Very, very strange program. He's mining now. Desperation mode, but he doesn't need the lumber. Okay, Soen. Farseer's back. Clarity running. Maybe a heal scroll, and then we sit on the ground cross-legged and we pray to Buddha, Remodemo.
He's gonna need perhaps a couple of deities to get him out of this, but Soen, he's really giving it everything he has, right? Wants to deliver for the people, give them their money's worth, even if this first map seems to be pretty much doomed. This is probably gonna be the last attempt. Okay, give us some good shockwaves, baby. Chainwave, in we go. Casters being split away. That shockwave didn't connect too well. Was made difficult by the Stormbolt, which always seems to find its target towards the TC. Mountain King, come to think of it, should be a great darts player, right? He always hits the bullseye. And hits the TC again. And that's GG.
Yeah, you gotta respect someone for playing it out. You never want to see somebody go for just a blind cheese, and then, well, I guess I'll leave the game. That's never a good thing. So he tried as long as he could, but Starbuck is not one to let advantages like that slip away. So well played to him. And that's just map 1 of many, many maps to come. And we still haven't seen the Pally Rifles, so now Soen is going to be a little bit antsy, I suppose, to try out some counters to that, but Starbuck is just not going to give him that. Imagine if we did see Pally Rifles one time. I think we'd all be shocked.
And that would be kind of a troll move by Starbuck. Oh, wait. Posted that in the wrong chat. Would be kind of a shocker. Amazonia not seeing the Pally Rifles was a surprise to me already, and I imagine a surprise to Soen as well. So smart maneuver there by Starbuck. That's $50 right in the pocket. Depositing it for the ice cream money. And we're getting ready for map number 2. Autumn Leaves.
Yeah, much more standard map. Potential for a couple different strategies here, right? Potential for fast expansion, potential for 2-farm rifle tech. I would be surprised to see Pally rifles here. I feel like we see it more often on like Springtime, Northern Isles, Amazonia, as you mentioned. But Autumn Leaves always tends to be more of a map where we get to this mid game where the Orcs trying to hold an expansion at tier 2, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe we'll see more of what Starbuck was playing for last game on Autumn Leaves.
I want to see the Torrens. So, and if you don't play Torrens once in this best of 7, that would be kind of disappointing. To me, to us, to the fans. He has to consider what the options are, what a strat is going to be. In the talks that I've had with Soen, he has sounded a bit desperate against Pally rifles, to be honest.
Yeah.
The search continues for the answer. We haven't found the big one yet.
Yeah, I think like the tier 3 thing definitely works very well for me at my MMR, but it's about 1,000 MMR lower than these two, so it's it's quite a big difference. And I saw Toxie in the chat who's been playing a lot of Pally rifles recently, say that it's been solved, this tier 3 style that I was advocating for, that you were advocating for. So maybe at the higher MMRs there is better options versus it. And honestly, I watch Soen's streams every single time. I watch all of his VODs, and he does not beat it very often on stream. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember. With that statement, I guess you did just once again reaffirm the fact that you are a big fan of Soen. I remember that once you said, quite provocatively, that Soen does indeed have the best micro in the world.
Yes, sir.
Where do you stand on that today?
I mean, I think Soen's in a little bit of a slump, honestly. I think when Lin is less active, and when actually, weirdly, when Hitman's less active, I feel like Soen takes a little bit of a hit because he is a player that doesn't invent a ton of new strategies himself, but more so grabs from other players. Not players necessarily better than himself, but just players that have a different idea for the game than himself. Lin and Hitman and Focus, he plays their sort of strats, and he hasn't had a lot to grab from, I feel like. So he's looked a little uninspired recently versus Night Elf. He's just been playing one-base Raider Walker every game, which has its ups, but definitely has its downs as well. And against Pally rifles, not really a lot of solutions that we're seeing from him, of course. So I think if you give him the correct strategy, he's got the mechanics. That's what I've always said. But right now, he just doesn't really have all the right tools to succeed perfectly.
And chat is saying stream is lagging a bit. Now it's not because of OBS. Now it's because of my connection to the damn server. Are you lagging on this server as well?
I'm surprisingly not, even though my ping is higher than yours. We can always go Flow TV if we want. Maybe we try it for one more game, and then we could Flow TV for the rest.
And the annoying thing is, you could just do it without delay then.
Yeah, could do that. Yeah.
I can't speed up,
after
though.
this, I could do that.
Yeah, it's so weird when I use Flow TV. Normally, F7 should speed up Flow TV, but it doesn't work for me, you know?
Oh, very strange.
Yeah, I can only slow down. I can't speed up. Weirdly.
Yeah, but I could do no delay later. I could say rehost. Oh, but they kind of know the strats now.
Yeah, now they're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Flow TV.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Starbuck says he will host the next games, and we can do it from Flow TV. Perfect. All right, let's see if we can crack the code on Flow TV.
All right, let's look at this early game one more time. Nothing much has happened yet.
Is there a way we can sync, or?
Wait! Oh, I could just speed up. Holy shit! The new technology.
All right, cool. I will just speed up to
That's so
as close
weird.
as we can.
Wait, what? This never used to work before.
I have had so many bugs with my game recently. I just accept that things barely work.
Held together with spit and duct tape.
Yep.
And KK is just the same, by the way. I don't know how much you've used the KK platform. Oh, bro.
Oh, no, I haven't used it at all yet.
That thing is so buggy, bro. Holy.
I heard Soen talking about it on stream, that it was he was talking to somebody in a game about how buggy it was and spiky it was. It's like, oh, well, unfortunate.
Sad. But hey, no worries. I'm sure Blizzard is going to fix the Battleland situation and all of its errors very, very soon.
Yeah, apparently I'm level 291 when really I'm like level 12 on VNet.
Hey, I wouldn't complain. It sounds like a good
the
deal.
Small victories. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we wait again for the heroes to come out. We will see Starbuck. I believe he was creeping the shop initially when we left the last game, and it's standard Farseer headers for Soen, which is probably the best strategy. If you could only choose one strat against human, it would probably be this one because it is the most well-rounded, and he'll go immediately for the harass.
Couple of camps the human could be at, especially the green or the natural, or even over here the merchant. This seems pretty daring, right? Farseer showing up here could be a bit painful. If the Farseer steals the last hit, that would be a huge play already to deny level 2. Wolves splitting off. Oh, but he's going to see it late. He's going to see it late. Is the Archmage really going to get away with his whole camp? This shouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're supposed to send a wolf by that shop. You send one with the Farseer, and you send one to the left-hand side and cross the shop. And then you can always turn around with your Farseer and send the one wolf that was with your Farseer into the main base to start attacking peasants. Normally, as an Orc player, when the human creeps the shop, you're licking your lips. You're happy about it, but Soen is severely out of position. He's sending both wolves into the main base, which is a decent way to go about this when you're out of position, but still is going to be level 2 with probably 2 nice items if Starbuck purchases that circlet.
Rubbing his hands together here, and there we go. That's level 2, nice and early. Claws of attack, and indeed the circlet. How valuable do you feel like this item is nowadays, that it has been made expensive, more expensive once more? You're a Blade Master player at times. You buy this quite a bit. How valuable is the circlet these days?
200 gold is quite a bit. It does tend to mess up your timings a lot, as an Orc player at least. I think it's a very good item. This is, you know, it's worth 200 gold for sure. I think the nerf to it and the increase of the gold, I think, was reasonable. But it just messes up your timings, where sometimes you have to delay your shop or your second burrow, or you have to skip buying dust in certain situations if you're an Orc mirror or if you're against Night Elf. So it does mess things up, that extra gold you have to pay for it. But I think it's still a 200 gold item. Probably fair.
Alright, fair enough. Archmage now spotting a lot of nice items. Plus 12 damage on his first hero already. Taking the lead in experience. Starbuck so far looking very solid. Very impressive, honestly, in this series. Seems to have everything under control. Looking confident in his moves. And will then start the tech in a moment. This is, of course, where Soen is ahead. A half a tech ahead. That's big. But at some point, he's going to need to find some experience.
Yeah, he's going to need to try to get level 2, level 3 if possible. But it's very hard against this Archmage. It's just hard to trade. Even at equal health with 2 wolves on the Archmage right now, he's struggling too. But good damage so far. Starbuck backs away. Going to need to build a shop soon. But the Headhunters have been very, very bruised in this early game.
Headhunters, they're just running after the Archmage. They could put in so much damage towards the footies. This is free damage, free real estate. But they're just running after the Archmage, and of course not catching up because they're just slower. This is not looking super crisp so far by Soen, I have to say.
Yeah, one Headhunter in the main base being chased around, trying to block with a peon. Maybe the Headhunter gets away, and it does. Actually gets the experience for it too. Nice little move there by Soen. And the shop will be up. I think, so far, have we actually lost any Headhunters is the question I have.
Yeah, in the middle of the map, next to the shop, there was one going down. Didn't quite make the way back home. Farseer going to run down one more footy here. But it's dangerous with the Archmage. He's getting close to that level 3. Calling the boys, militia, over to the natural, getting a shop to heal up in a moment. Is this enough then? I think it should be, right? Yeah, surely.
Yep, he will get
for
there.
sure.
And then this is looking like it'll be either 2 Sanctum or Tier 3 tech for Starbuck. We'll see. He's getting the Lumber Mill, which people say means Tier 3, but I don't think it's that much of a tell. It's not that huge of an investment. Sometimes you just need the lumber. But I would expect to see 2 Sanctums because no Blacksmith just yet. And a lot of aggression. Maybe even Beastmaster second this game with the good items on the Archmage and the quick level 3.
Defend footies along with Beastmaster attack into the Orc main. We've seen plenty of times before. And if that Lodge gets cancelled and you don't have that Purge, things can get painful quickly. Waiting still for the tech to finish. TC will join us first. Farseer got level 2 at least. Has to protect that Lodge here.
Yeah, that would be a very, very horrific cancel, but the tech was a little bit too late for Starbuck, I think, to capitalize on a Tavern Hero. Probably just Mountain King at this point. He's going to continue pressuring, but I don't think he's going to do much damage, honestly. More Footmen go down. The TC is helping a lot with those auto attacks of those shockwaves, and Soen defends quite clean, actually. He has not been slowed down at all, really, and Starbuck is just, going to go into the Mountain King and eventually the Double Sanctum here without delaying any sort of things on the macro side from Soen.
Yeah, there was one footy parked at the tavern. I think he was trying to figure out how much damage he was going to be able to do. But seeing then that Soen was too well set up at home and does hold here well in the main base. Shaman now coming out in a moment, and they're going to do very well against those Water Elementals.
A lot of experience being given over. Denies tried to happen, but a couple of them unsuccessful. One grunt low, but another Footman finally falls. Maybe a Headhunter will go down thanks to the nice items, but honestly, one Headhunter for the amount of damage. Oh, forces the TP. Very, very good defense from Soen, all in all.
All right, then. It is the Sanctum play. Oh, classic human
Oh,
moves
no.
stuck in the main base.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't even look like a wall-off. How is that a wall-off?
Good old Lumber Mill.
Good old Lumber Mill.
Okay, Sanctum's up, and Human Army looks a little silly right now. Just one Defend Footman slowly chasing behind the 2 heroes, but eventually there's going to be casters, and Soen is going for an expansion, so maybe Starbuck will do the same. And we will end up on 2 base, but Soen should be able to, in theory, just creep level 3 and walk across the map, and he'll be very much favored in the first fight they have.
TC picks up that level 2 here. He will want to get the level 3. Same for the Farseer though, right? When you're playing Chain Wave, you really want to have the level 2 Chain Lightning as well. Heal scrolls are going to be big then also. Is Starbuck going to expand? On map 1, it made sense to expand. He was far ahead. But if he now invests 600 gold roughly into an Expo, that's going to slow down his production severely.
Yeah, his army is pretty pathetic right now. Excuse me. But, I mean, I suppose he knows that Soen is expanding as well, so maybe he's got enough time to go for it. But Starbuck is not going to get a ton of creeping done. He instead goes aggressive. He's trying to get a center camp. Starbuck's trying to do everything at once right now. This is very ambitious.
Yeah, this is looking greedy, if I may say. Almost no units. Running in with the Raiders. There's a heal scroll advantage on the Orc as well. Would love to see Soen more decisive here. He's been looking a bit timid this series. Eyeing up the human army, but he's still holding back.
Oh,
this human army is nothing. This isn't even MK3. You got Purge against Water Elementals. What's the holdup?
Mountain King is a scary hero, Remodemo. Very, very terrifying. Stormbolt, maybe? Actually does get the last hit. I think he did, at least.
Yeah, Stormbolt on cooldown. Run in. Run in, bro. Stormbolt on cooldown. Come on.
Slow, purging with the Water Elemental. Purging now the Mountain King. He has one more Insnare off cooldown. Should be able to get this kill. There's no TP to be swapped. Oh, Shockwave. Purge again, investing everything, but he does get it. There's level 3 as well.
Didn't quite enough for the Chain Lightning, but didn't need it. And now, all that gold going into the expansion, I mean, it's starting to pay off, but this was 600 gold that was not army, not heal scrolls, not invulns, and that's the big danger, I think, when you're not ahead, trying to expand as human. Sure, the Orc is also expanding, but he's not investing as much gold as you are. When the Expo is coming up, the Orc can still produce, the human, not so much. And this is Soen's best moment so far in this series. Early in the series. Archmage, oh, let me in, let me in! He's like, What's his name again? Eric Andre.
I was thinking Jack Nicholson.
Don't you know that meme? Eric Andre?
I know the show. I do like the show quite a bit. I don't know the meme.
I heard that in the show. What's it called again? Is it the Eric Andre show? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Normally they do like 3 or 4 hours of interviews and cut it down to like just 10 minutes to just really annoy the guests.
That is ridiculous. Yeah, you could imagine what that is like. That's pure pain.
Yeah.
It's like me interviewing Happy for 8 hours.
You're not the only one.
My worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. But right now, Starbuck's, maybe not his worst nightmare, but definitely a fear having an orc in your face. But he gets decent kills. That's 2 raiders. That's the expansion. Okay, not uncontested. Wolves are doing a really, really good job. But still, I mean, some kills that maybe could allow Starbuck to barely hold on.
Archmage has that clarity running, a nice little cancel. I like to see that. There's just still no big threats for Starbuck. Those Water Elementals will get purged, and MK eternally stuck on level 2, not providing much. Sure, they're slow, but where is the damage?
Is there militia? No, there's pretty much... I mean, if you call gold militia, it might be reasonable at this point to do that. That's the expansion shutdown. Nice kill on the raider. Maybe not enough attention given to the raiders by Soen. It's always easy to let those things die, and then before you know it, you have no control in the fight any longer. And Soen backs away, and he wanted to get the killing blow here. He wanted to end the game. Yes, he did some damage, but I feel like if he was a little bit more concentrated on his control, maybe he could have just outright won here.
He's making a Witch Doctor, by the way.
Yeah, Soen loves those.
Interesting.
When he has an expansion up, he always gets the Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor are the worst and the best here, I feel like, at the same time. Insane that you can just get 10-minute wards. 10-minute sentry wards. All over the map if you got a bit of time. But then again, they don't really help too much in the fight.
Yeah, Witch Doctor is... It's like the backpack of units. It's like you don't want to get it, but you know you should. Like, it's so good if you get it, but you don't want the inconvenience of having to control it all the time. And like, okay, my Witch Doctor's on the other side of the map. Let me put it in control group 0. Okay, let me place a ward. Oh, he's chasing it down. Let me micro it. You know, you just don't want to have you just don't want to have random units all over the place. I'm too lazy to do that sort of stuff. But Soen isn't apparently, and that's why he's way better than me. I accept it.
Dude, don't get me started, by the way, on orcs with backpack. I have casted so many games where the orc plays aggressive against human, right? Expansion game, he goes mass raiders and he keeps pushing, and snare, getting kills after kills. And after a couple of minutes, he's got 50 supply and everything's red. And never once is a single raider bringing 6 heal salves to heal everything. Why?
Yeah, 2-beast raider
Why do
is
these
the
orcs do this
time? I think that's actually the best backpack usage possible, except for some weird, like, undead cases with cheeses. Backpack with dual beast raider is extremely necessary, I feel like.
Alright, we're gonna have the next big fight here, breaking out. Chain Wave getting ready against those casters. This is looking much better than before, but the TC finds himself almost stuck. Purge to the rescue. Water Elemental's gone. Oh, that shockwave was a beauty! A little bit of lightning after, but the TC is dead. Starbuck says, hold on, not so fast. He got the level 3 MK finally. He has a potent piece of the army finally, but still lots of orc units left over.
Hero focus, baby. Hero focus. He's actually going to force Soen out of here. He kills the TC. He doesn't lose that much, Remodemo. And Soen has to TP out, and this is where it gets a little bit scary. You give a bit too much time, and, you know, I'll say it, the human army is better than the orc army at even supply when it is 2 Sanctum. It is. If you allow the human to get up to 70-80 supply, if you have the same supply too and the hero levels are comparable, the human is favored. The orc should be the one that tries to end the game with the momentum they get from raiders and shamans. Raiders and shamans are very good in small numbers when the supply is, you know, below 60, below 70. But when you allow it to get to that super late game, the 20-minute mark, the 25-minute mark, that's when Starbuck is going to completely destroy Soen. So we have to close this one out if we're Soen.
Yeah, agreed. Especially if MK gets even higher levels. He's level 3 finally, and finally with that became somewhat dangerous. If this game should go super long and he gets level 5, it has been a while since I saw an orc beat an MK5. I don't know when it was. I'm sure that it was Lin, because he's the one who can do that. who normally wins those fights that seem unwinnable. But all that being said, so still has a supply lead, and the MK still has to buy a Tome of Retraining, for example, to get really strong, since he doesn't have the clap yet. And so, my boy, you need some invulns.
Yeah, and he needs to stop bleeding units like this. A Raider's going to go down. A Shaman probably will also fall unless it's purged. And like this Shaman, for instance, it'll probably still die. He could have saved this with a purge. It was not necessary to lose this unit. Even though you have an expansion, you can't just bleed units like this because Starbuck is being very, very efficient despite being very far behind. And I think Soen should also probably think about sending wolves back into that expansion.
Where's the ensnares? Soen, where's the reactions? You got the sentry ward here. You should be well ahead of the opponent in terms of intel. And yeah, no wolves at the expo. Why aren't there wolves at the expo? Soen, now there are. It all seems a little bit slow.
Yeah, I agree.
Fast didn't bring clarity for the TC. He's out of mana.
Speed scroll.
Alright, we're boosting.
He's gonna get one. But that is an aggressive speed scroll and no way to get out. He'll need to go to the shop to get a TP, but he's right next to the shop. I think it'd be wise for Soen to grab a TP. Oh, but Starbuck is the one to go back. Really, really nice defensive TP. And Blizzard now. Look at that positioning with the Book of the Dead as well.
Ooh, and there's not much purge anymore. Starbuck, is he turning this around? Militia support from the main base could also be really strong, but we don't have too many peasants for that. Seems like Starbuck is looking better and better in this game. The Kodos need to get the Devour in to get rid of some of these breakers.
Uh-oh.
But the damage from the Blizzard is big. We hear the oh from the Orc resident caster already. He has seen this movie before in his games and in his nightmares.
Blizzard uninterrupted. He's about to be level 5 on the Archmage. Mountain King level 4 now. No
Say it with me, Chad. Uh-oh.
He did buy a TP. He did buy a heal scroll. He was right next to the shop. And this is just negligence, I feel like, from Soen. But maybe he could find a kill on one of the heroes. The Archmage is a little bit exposed. Oh, but he's just plummeting in supply right now. Starbuck, though, has lost some units. He's lost some units.
He's lost some units. Okay, that's good news.
Some.
Has not lost the Archmage, though. That guy is now level 5. Soen going for the heal scrolls. I don't know, man. To me, it looks like Soen is just experiencing desperation right now and depression. However, he catches the Archmage. There is the cloak. Oh no, the cloak saves him. Don't you tell me the cloak is the one. Where's the sentry ward? Witch Doctor, where are you little scoundrel?
Yeah, right when he needed him most. There was a ward right above the Archmage, but I think he was max range. Look at that sentry ward. Max range away from it, I think. Just barely. Or else he can get that kill.
This game's over now, bro. Can't tell me nothing.
It's gotta be.
Can't tell me nothing. Oh, Soen, you were so far ahead this game, brother. What happened?
He just needed to, you know, there's always that moment in your games when you're so far ahead that you're like, I can A-move here, right?
Bro.
I can A-move.
Do I know that feeling ever?
Yeah.
And then when you lose, you hate yourself more than usual.
Every time. Never give up. Even when you're 20 supply ahead with double heal scroll and better hero levels, always micro your heart out like it's WCG Grand Finals 2007 on Twisted Meadows Map 3. Always micro your heart out.
If only Soen had a Pit Lord and an Alchemist, maybe he would have a chance here.
Then he could truly AFK if he had the Pit Lord. Heroes are good, though. Almost 5-5 for Soen. Not to say that Starbuck is behind in hero levels, but, I mean, Chainwave level 3. He could kill all those casters in one swoop.
Thank you, Witty, for the raid. For once going the other way. Normally, I'm the one raiding you. Hello everyone, this is our last match of the day. We had a long day of Warcraft action today with an Asian tournament earlier in the day and now a best of 7 show match. Play all 7. That means we're going to play every single map here today. Every map is worth $50 prize money. Starbuck here coming into this as the favorite. Looked like he was down and out in this game already. Unfortunately though, Soen, I'm sorry to have to say it, but it has to be said, he dropped the ball a little bit. Yeah. Not to say it's unrecoverable, but Starbuck is looking confident now.
Yeah, so in trying to harass that expansion, sent a grunt in, but there's 2 priests there and militia called, so unfortunately won't do anything there. At least drains the mana on the priests enough to maybe send wolves in, which he is now doing. Wolves on the left-hand side, but a big fight in a choke point, which is not where you want to be, but the Raiders flank, that's quite nice.
The Raiders in the back. Can take out some units. TC again very hurt. Backing off. Kodos, if they get a Devour here, that would be big. And they got 2 of them, didn't they? 2 breakers in the stomach. Starbuck there for once. Slipping with the control a little bit. I don't think those were ensnared. Alright, that was a good trade. That was a nice flank by Soen. It's going to be a bit more experience for him. And that will be Farseer 5 then.
Yeah, when the breaker numbers rise, it can sometimes be hard to get raiders on top of that Archmage to deal with the Blizzard. And with the flank of those raiders, there was no chance of Blizzard carrying that fight. And honestly, with where the supplies are, I feel like that's what Starbuck needs. Because right now he's down 10 supply. So he needs money Blizzards. And he probably needs Mountain King 5, which is what he's about to get. It's excellent creeping.
Huge.
Yeah, big time.
Always funny how long this takes. We don't have rifles or water elementals, but
yeah,
slow and steady.
Item is claws plus 12.
Garbage.
Oh wait, he's Blizzard.
It's
yeah,
got Blizzard.
Unfortunate. Yeah, if he had that 14 minutes ago, he would have been happy.
It's a huge orc army, to be honest.
Massive.
This game keeps on giving. I thought it was over the one way and then the other way, but we're still in this. Positioning. All about positioning, yes.
Kodo's still devouring, and honestly, 2 breakers, getting rid of them early in the fight is a big deal, so maybe someone wants to delay a little bit longer. He's got 0 heal scrolls, Remodemo. This is an unwinnable fight. Starbuck has 3. Someone cannot fight. He's got 1,200 gold.
He's got
get
4
5 heal scrolls.
Bro, he's got 4 heal scrolls.
Oh my god.
How is it even possible? He TP'd out away from the south earlier, but he got the heal scrolls there. So he needs them.
That's why Soen has none. Yeah, he stole all of them away from Soen. Okay, Soen gets 1. He needs at least 3, probably, to reasonably win a fight.
Oh, the Blizzard. Oh,
Raiders.
baby. There's going to be a lot of damage on this Archmage. So it has to force a TP here, maybe, just to have time to buy more heal scrolls. He catches the Archmage. And that is that TP forced. Not too many kills yet. Kodo devours. Oh, Chain Wave! Here we go! That was nice. A little bit of Lightning Shield as well. 2 kills and 2 devours. And more time for heal scrolls. Good move by Soen.
Yeah, the double devours as well. Yet again, 2 fresh breakers. As soon as Soen devours those 2 breakers previously, 2 more. Chainwave kills casters. These are good trades. Only forced 1 heal scroll, but that's really Starbuck's bad because he didn't save his casters with the heal scrolls. You need to pop those, I would say, during the Chain Lightning and before the Shockwave, or else you lose all your casters, which is difficult to do, yes, but unfortunately that's the level we're at here.
Everything is now slowed, though. That includes the Raiders and the Grunts. Ooh, and the MK. Oh, yummy, yummy. He's looking for a little bit of a snack here. Stonebolt, Blizzard, and a clap. So much slow.
0.
Man, I'm happy to have destroyers, I gotta say.
We need to speed scroll away. We need to wait for heal scrolls. Tier 3 for Soen, which is pretty much just for like a couple small upgrades. It's just because he had the resources. Militia called. A shop probably could be power built. Ooh, so does he have to turn and fight, or does he fully run away? You're either 100% in or 100% out.
Are you in or are you out? No heal scroll, though. How is he going to do that without a heal scroll, mate?
Truly.
Well, Chain Wave, if it connects hard on the casters, taking them out. Or catching the Archmage again. Could be a difference maker. Nice positioning behind the tree line there. Difficult for the Orc to engage. Where are all his items? No heal scrolls, but he does have 2 mana potions. I do like that.
Raider split. Towards the expansion, he's going to lose some units, but this is either going to force the TP or kill the Expo. So when speed scrolls away...
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice little lane. And he forces the TP.
Yeah. And the Breakers didn't see it because they, inside the Kodos, were with the main hero army. That's a TP back. But it's going to cost him at least 1 Raider, probably 2.
Yeah, maybe Soen can get heal scrolls now. Obviously, that was not going to be a winnable fight for Soen with a bruised, slowed army and no heal scroll. So, 1 breaker will be traded. So that's 2 Raiders for a TP and a breaker, I suppose, if you count the whole trade.
The sickest thing here would be heal wards. But that's a long tech to get to.
That's the ultra late game. But it's not impossible if there's 1 more fight that Soen lives for, let's say. If he doesn't just outright lose the game in this next fight, he has the time to do it. He's going master training right now, so it's a possibility.
Stasis traps. Seems to be so difficult to find a good position here to fight. There's always like this weird tree line. There's always the human standing behind. Artillery blizzard raining down.
Kodo dead. Those Kodos that found so much value previously. And now he's only got one of them. Definitely needs to replace that. And shop controlled yet again by Starbuck. Does he want to grab more heal scrolls? Yes, he does. Just to steal them away at this point.
So we do have master training. Seems like Adept was done already. And Kodo upgrade.
Well, free experience, I suppose. Maybe TC level 6 could be good. That's a long ways away still,
Yeah.
despite all the peasant kills.
Got some time to go. Okay, so not really in a position to counterattack, I guess. Too far away from the from the human expansion. Next to the expansion, there's a lot of wide open space. Maybe here, taking a fight wouldn't be too bad, but well, I guess Soen thinks different. He is going to go for the counter.
Yeah, no TP on the Archmage. I think he saw that. And Starbuck now aware that Soen's not defending. So he's going to buy a town portal. Can't afford one currently. Maybe he sells the cloak just to get it a little bit quicker. Yeah, it does. And buys the TP. Expansion will be saved. Maybe... No, if Soen had a TP himself, I was going to say he could commit to the expansion. But now he's got to commit to the fight, I feel like.
Wait. Where's the chain wave going to be? Way in the back are the casters. Good positioning. Soen doesn't like the look of this. He's going to back off.
One shaman, not the end of the world. There is master training for the Witch Doctor now. If only we could have a heal ward. But currently, we have no... Oh no, we have one Witch Doctor without enough mana. But still, no positioning to fight.
Wait, isn't it 150 mana these days?
Yeah, 150.
I think I've not seen it a single time since the buff, but nice to have, I guess. Falling back, Blizzard nicely interrupted after one wave. That was good. We have lots of Raiders still to cancel the Blizzard, but the question is for how much longer? Clap is doing sensational. We have no heal scroll on the Orc side anymore. Chain wave hitting hard, but there was a heal scroll involved to keep those casters alive. There's still 3 more! There's still 3 more heal scrolls. How is that even possible?
Oh, the chain wave. Maybe he can get an Archmage kill. Heal scroll again. Push invulnerability. Invis, but there is dust. Oh, a lot of low grunts, but
about to
a
die.
lot of grunts are still doing damage. Maybe one more clap. Mount King is out of mana. Someone is desperately trying to get a hero kill right now.
There's one mining base only,
Heal
bro.
ward.
The heal ward! Double heal ward! All of a sudden he's got mana. Wait, he's got 3 Witch Doctors. Okay. Heal ward perhaps a bit too late though. TC getting storm bolted to the face. This is his second death. Very weak items on him this game. Not really a big contributor. And that game also slips away. A fun game at least. A good back and forth. A bit of a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
But yet another loss for Soen.
Yeah, we definitely saw the possibilities of this matchup there. The tier 3, the Witch Doctors. Maybe even, if given the opportunity, 3/3 upgrades for the Grunts to counter the Breakers, but yeah, he let it slip away. Soen played really well when he was at a disadvantage, but not well enough when he had the game within grasp. He was so close to winning at the early mid-game, let's say.
All right, the players will be hosting the next map then momentarily, and we're going to jump in with the Flow TV. I think they didn't do it yet though, right?
I don't see it yet. You're not alone. And next map should be Concealed Hill, which is a map with even more variants. This is a map where we've seen a lot of Griffins, a lot of aggressive Beastmaster second play, stuff like that. So we could see more and more strategies from Starbuck. I don't think we'll see Paladin Rifles here, but honestly, you can do it on every map. Let's be fair.
And let's jump in. Concealed Hill for our map number 2. Dude, is Starbuck really gonna troll us all and not play Paladin Rifle once today?
That would be hilarious.
He might. He just might.
Oh, I don't have the map, apparently. One sec. Downloading it.
These amateurs.
That's weird. And we're good. Yeah, that would be very troll. Everyone's expecting it, but maybe that's a legitimate strategy.
Dude, maybe AMA Credit just hosted this tournament, this show match, thinking, hey man, I want to see some high-level Paladin rifles, and I want to see some strong counters against it. Maybe that was the whole purpose of this entire thing.
Yeah.
And then they might not be playing it a single time, because guess what? It is again no Paladin rifles. This is going to be Archmage opening with Footman. But of course, Soin has to get ready for both possibilities.
Yeah, he's probably going to stick with this opener. The 4 to 6 headhunters. The aggressive play immediately. You don't want to give too much space to the Paladin. If it is Paladin rifles, so you kind of need to harass right away. So this is probably going to be Soin's opener, unless he goes for some blind cheese, which at this point, after Abyssvodia, he can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Will it be lab? No, Footman is not going towards the lab just yet, so no fast level 3 creep route, at least that I can see so far. And not a third farm yet either.
Have some orcs, by the way, tried to experiment with like grunt to rack to burrow, expansion? What is that?
I've seen it played. Focus played that on Last Refuge against, I forget who. Maybe it was Starbuck as well. It was a couple tournaments ago. Don't Force Me Cup, something like that. But yeah, it was Focus on Last Refuge. And it almost worked, but he just hadn't practiced it enough. It was 2 burrow, Farseer, tier 1 expansion into, I think, a second barracks with grunts.
Yeah, okay.
It was blind. It was a blind counter, though, to be fair. But you could do it not blind. You just have a delayed tech if it isn't Paladin rifles, I suppose.
We need our Messiah to come back. We need Lynn to come back, bro. He hasn't been playing for 28 days. And you don't know how many times I've heard in the Twitch chat, has Lynn retired? Is Lynn retired? Is Lynn now retired? There's still no official word, but the rumors are rumbling.
Orc is screwed. If he retires, Orc is absolutely screwed. Look at us right now. Is there been any new strat?
You guys have been looking in bad shape, bro, I gotta say.
Not great. I mean, and Orc isn't in a, like, I'm not going to pull a human just because there's no players playing. Doesn't mean it's a bad race right now. Orc is fine. It's doing fine. We can totally make it work with what we have. We just have no innovators. Lynn is the only innovator. Lynn and Hitman are the only ones. Neither of them are playing.
Yeah. It's a rough one right now. It looks like we're going to see some rifle play here, finally, by Starbuck. Early Blacksmith. The 2 farm tech going quickly to tier 2.
A lot of damage so far as well. Decent items on the Archmage, of course. Someone backs away. There's not a ton of footmen, but there is a heal fountain, so those footmen should always be pretty active, more or less. And Water Elemental expires. And footmen healing at both fountains right now, but one will be disrupted slightly. And so in 0 experience still, you might want to think about starting to creep pretty soon. Because against 2 farm tech, you do not want to have a level 1 Farseer. You want to ideally get up to level 2 or level 3 as soon as possible on that hero so that you can hold the Mountain King timing that comes very, very early.
Yeah, this map especially good, this opening 2 farm tech into MK, especially popular on very strong creep maps, like tier 2 creep maps for human. For that reason, especially on Tidehunters, we see it a ton. But I wonder, how easily can the MK creep level 3 on this map? Normally concealed, considered a bit rough as far as creeping goes in the early game, mid game, and that's really what you're looking for. The whole point of the strategy is get MK quick, level him quick, and then have a strong timing with a fast level 3.
You want to know the creep route? You want to know what I lose to?
What is it?
Lab, red, into fountain.
What?
Whole camps. 2 reds back to back.
Doesn't that take like 25 years?
35 seconds. I don't know. It's pretty. It's doable. It feels like 35 seconds.
I don't know about that, brother. Seems like you're missing out on some opportunities.
You could say that. You could say that again, even if you wanted to. But we'll see what Starbuck does. Okay, I'll hold my 19 MMR thoughts until Starbuck does it too.
We're about to see what he's gonna do. MK now on the way. Fast sales experience indeed not looking terrific. But at least he didn't lose any headhunters so far this game.
Gonna go down to the creeps. I think that was the first one to die, or I guess the other two. Oh no, there's one left. One left over from the early game. One relic of the past still. But Mountain King is the future for Starbuck, and he'll be out in just a couple of seconds. Torn Chieftain also going to be out in a couple of seconds.
A player's forces are under attack.
So this map, notoriously difficult to expand on.
Yeah.
So in... Probably not going to try to go for it here, is he?
I think the fact that he went for a Spirit Lodge means it's not going to be a very quick expansion. Normally, if you're going to go for a fast, like 34 supply expansion, you'll skip the Spirit Lodge, go for 6 Headhunters into Grunt Raider, and go for a very fast expansion, just try to hold pretty much with Brute Force. But the Spirit Lodge delays it so much that you want to go for more of a stable mid-game and not go for pure chaos. And Starbuck is going to pull that set of red, but he probably won't creep the whole thing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Some militia might be needed here. No? Alright, I guess not. Ah, the good old Ogre Trap. This is the only thing that still I find stupid on about this map. I think this map is, in general, a really good one. Even if we've seen it for a bit too long. But yeah, the fact that this is so easy is kind of weird. Anyways, experience an item, go to the human. And it's only an aura, Carson. I know you don't feel like auras do anything in this game except be worth gold when you sell them. So perhaps not too heavy about that.
True. I mean, Bone Chimes is pretty good. Yeah. And your Khadgar's is good too. I just don't know about damage auras, you know? I think damage is overhyped. How about that?
Alright. Fair enough.
Creeping from Soen so far. Very, very quick level 3. He's the one power creeping. He might as well have crept 2 red camps. And he will now go for, albeit a delayed expansion. And Starbuck, greater mana, that aura on the Archmage. And, oh my god, imagine if he goes to the Found right now. It wouldn't be the exact creep route, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Don't get your panties in a twist too fast. TC, by the way, with a big invuln that always seems so nice to have, especially if you have a heal self to slather on top, but doesn't have that actually. MK, real close. Real close. Ooh, would that be a nice timing to strike right here before the MK's 3. Far out on the map. Militia, though, with a good timing. Good anticipation here by Starbuck. In we go. Clap in the back against Shockwave. Wait, against Shockwave?
Yeah, no stomp.
He doesn't have stomp against rifles. That's a bit surprising and perhaps even strange.
I think bad is the word you're looking for even. If he went stomp, he would have destroyed this fight. He would have caught all those rifles out of position. But now, the Mountain King is free reign to kill everything. These are just not the trades you want if you're Soen.
Oh, no, Soen. Does it keep happening? No! Not with the invuln in time. TC. To be frank, he never gets Rings of Protection on the TC, which I always feel like is such a shame. That helps him beef up so much. But, yeah. He saw the rifles a mile away. Why no stomp there, buddy?
Man. Yeah, Shockwave is good. I think if your TC's super delayed on level 3, then you can play maybe hit and run, but he had such a clean level 3. That's a winnable fight right there. All he needs to do is stomp, go in there, maybe snag a heal scroll from the shop if possible, and no problem, easy peasy. But, Soen, what is your option now? No expansion, no reinforce, no Torn Chieftain, and...
Yikers.
No game 3. That is 3-0 for Starbuck. He is cashing in today.
Up by $150. Every map win here is worth $50 so far. Soen with the goose egg. It would be really sad if he doesn't get one map win, but I'm sure Starbuck is going to give him an opportunity at some point. I mean, there were some opportunities, let's be real, but
yeah,
Starbuck is the one closing him out.
Yeah, I mean, map 1, obviously, a cheese from Soen. What can you say? You got to respect it in a series. You know, I'm a big fan of cheese in long series. Map 2, goes without saying, Soen had opportunities to win at many times, almost a 30-minute game. And then map number 3, just a better fight overall, a more patient fight. Like he did sort of just run into it. He saw Mountain King level 2 and he just went full steam ahead, tried to end the game right there. But without Stomp, you're not going to be able to have an explosive fight like that.
Yeah, very strange. I mean, Soin has been really good with Chain Wave for a long time, but against those like medium armor, piercing damage damage dealers like rifles, like fiends, like headhunters, Stomp is just so good. It's just so insane. It seems difficult to say no to. Maybe Soin there had his good reasons, but whatever the reasons were, it did not work out. He was hoping in the end. So Starbuck is taking the big lead right here. By the way, Buzzkill Warcraft 3 coming in with the resub as well. Thank you very much. And we're waiting for our next map. Soin, you gotta, I don't know. What's he gotta do here to finally get on the board?
Keep the great job, guys.
Yeah, I know. He's just...
Love you all.
There are
Especially
moments where it's like,
grin,
okay,
grin,
there's a
grin.
Soin I know, but it feels like so far today, maybe not the cleanest of games, to be honest with you. Not the cleanest of control in the fights. I feel like Starbuck is the one out microing when you'd expect that to always be the Korean player in this equation with the upper hand in the fights. But so far, no bones and still plenty of options for Starbuck in terms of strategies. Not one fast expansion yet, not one Mountain King first yet, and not one Pally Rifles yet. There's plenty of strats still to pull out of the cookie jar.
Also, earlier today, by the way, when we saw Focus play, it just looked kind of flat. It seems like the Orcs are demoralized with the War Chief not.
We need Lin, man. We need Lin.
You guys do need Lin. You need him bad, bro.
Imagine no happy, no 1-2-0 for Undead. What do you do? Who do you turn to?
I don't know. I think I'm going to move to the Arctic Circle or something. I'm doing something else.
Okay, Echo Isles.
Echo Isles,
speaking of all those options, Mountain King, very, very good here, potentially.
Thank you, Pedicana28 with the resub. Or a balance patch. Guys, don't start me now with a balance patch. You just heard it from another Orc. Carson said that Orc is fine.
Totally fine.
They just need to play better. Play better.
It was the same thing with Human, too. It was the same thing with Human. You guys just didn't have any strong players. Now you got Starbuck, now you got Infi playing Human again, and now you got Fortitude. That's all it took. It wasn't a balance thing. It was a player thing. 100%.
Breach, brother.
Blood Mage first. Why not?
Let's go for it. I remember some Yumiko games here. Blood Mage, Merc Camp, Fast Expo, Phoenix.
Yeah, it's good on this map. It's always been a mystery to me as to why, but Merc Camp certainly helps. Priest stolen, though, with the Peon. Nicely done.
Oh, wait. I have to speed up. I forgot about that.
My
Whoops. Bad. Oh, wait. You weren't trolling. It is Blood Mage. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it is actually Blood Mage. All right.
I don't troll Remodemo. I've never trolled in my life.
Don't want to start doing that. Leads you down a dark path.
Alright, so... Blade?
Blade!
Okay. Alright. Don't know what he's countering here, but it's Blood Mage against Blade Master. It's BM versus BM in Human versus Orc. I don't know what both players thought they were going to be up against, and I don't know who's happy here, but we have an interesting game for Game 4.
All right. In the late game, Banish very good against Blade, but in the early game, not so much.
Korea
indeed. So this barracks hasn't produced anything yet, has it? No. He's supply blocked because of that Shadow Priest purchase.
So, this is an expansion attempt, right? He wants to expand with Blood Mage. I can't imagine you're going to play one base unless you're going to go Paladin second Pally Rifles, which has been played in the past, but this has to be an Echo.
When?
2014. It was
played.
Yeah, okay. It was played. Yeah.
It's in the zeitgeist, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, sneaky boy. Look at him. He's hiding.
Yeah.
Ooh, love it. No way you check this. If he checks this, you turn off the stream, so it's banned from every tournament. Map hacker. Cheater.
Not looking in the dark alley. No dark alley dealings here. But double mercs. For Soin. Actually helps him creep this one.
Yep. Starbuck gets away with this. Soin doesn't want to check it a fourth time. It's always unfortunate when you check something, walk away, and then they start creeping it. You check the replay, you're like, oh man, if I had, 10 more, whatever, of, what's the measurement of vision? Is it meters? Is that what they call it?
Range.
What's the measurement? Range? 10 more range? 10 more range units of vision? Now to the expansion we go. It is scouted. Wait, he just abolished?
Yeah, what did he abolish?
The ogre map. Oh, because it only abolished one. It abolished the bloodlust, but not the banish.
Weird champ.
Strange. That was very weird.
Blade could get surrounded here. Careful now. That makes the weird hero to play early. He doesn't really have damage. He doesn't have summons. He's just kind of sucky.
Oh, priest banished again, and now extra healing as well.
Wait.
Yeah, Blood Mage fully relies on outplaying your opponent.
Soin! Oh! Got the last hit. There we go, Soin. Now we're talking. Chasing with a speed scroll. One more.
Really TP.
Bonk.
He's got a.
Oh,
Okay, he's got a TP, but he doesn't have any way of healing. He thought about just losing it, honestly, but if he just left there, it would have been
Shadow
very,
Priest.
very difficult.
Leaves early, but will get back there to heal. Awkward game. Maybe Starbuck regretting his Blood Mage choice a little bit right now.
Currently, no mana for Windwalk, but he's about to level up. And then if he levels up and Windwalks, he can kill the Blood Mage.
Oh,
there we go.
Get him!
There is Banish, and there is a Priest currently.
Oh.
Careful. He doesn't want to get surrounded. He knows Starbuck could outplay him
Oh.
here. Oh, no!
Oh! Butterfingers on both sides, it seems like.
What is the play? Double Bestiary Wind Rider. It makes complete sense.
Let's go.
Priest does go down. But, I mean, if Starbuck can stabilize against Wind Riders, he's going to have Banish. He can go Dragonhawks easily.
He's got some towers on the way. Got tower already in the main base, so Starbuck is anticipating smartly this play. Of course, seeing 0 grunts, 0 headhunters in the early game is a bit sus.
Yep.
Despite there having been a barracks. This barracks was completely abandoned. This entire game.
Maybe Troll Regen later for the Bat Riders when he begins the Liquid Fire lane.
Oh, well, yeah. I saw a Liquid Fire game the other day. It was Colorful versus 1-0. Both played off-race. And their Colorful played off-race Orc with Liquid Fire Bats. And holy crap, do they look terrible.
Unfortunate.
No, I think
They're
I
still
think that's,
fun, though.
I think that's good, actually.
Yeah, they were kind of ridiculous. Oh, nice little surround. Priest will go down. Towers get canceled.
Oh,
Still
mass
a lot of
repair.
pressure.
Dude, too much. Can't repair. Can't repair. Is one hex enough to get the kill here? Because one hex is all he's gonna have. Counter surround threatened from the footies. Speed scroll. Didn't hit the blade though.
Uh-oh. Still should be able to get the kill. Maybe a Banish to delay the inevitable, I would say.
Bonk. Got him.
There we go. Is Soin getting a win in this sort of a way? Just goes Blade Master, happens to be up against a Blood Mage. Is this how he gets his first dub for 50 buckaroos?
Oh, it's looking good, baby. Taking out all the anti-air here. Unless you want to count the Arcane Tower, which I don't want to count. And in fact, now we can count one map win for Soin. There we go. That is a nice little trip to McDonald's. At least if you're Ricky Robidoux.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a lot of chicken nuggets right there.
Lot of chicken nuggets.
Okay, Echo Isles out of the way. That was one of the weirder maps. Amazonia, a strange map overall, but in terms of the variance of strategies, I would say Echo Isles, one of the weirder ones for sure. So we moved past that now and into Hammerfall, a very standard map, and the first map I would say where there's a high likelihood for a fast expansion from Starbuck.
Thank you, Lando Boots. with the resub. We appreciate that a lot. Alrighty, so in getting on the board, I hope that's going to boost his confidence a bit. Maybe going to give him a little bit more fire in these games. I feel like in many of these moments he's felt a bit neutered, but now perhaps he feels that orcish horde rising within him.
Yeah, a little warm up, and he won that game on his terms as well. He didn't play standard and then just owned a blood mage. No, he went blade master, stole the priest, and went
Chad.
mass wind riders, absolute Giga Chad. So he's he's able to play his own game. He's not dancing to Starbucks music right now. Okay, they're both making their own music, and it just is a complete mess.
Sounds like your band.
Oh God, yeah. None of us are on the same page. Different metronomes for all 5 of us.
What's the last gig you went to that went horrible? Give us a little story, Carson.
Oh, well, on Sunday, the last gig we were going to, our flight was delayed by 8 hours because it's been snowing here. Our flight was supposed to be at 10 a.m. It's a 30-minute flight to a different city that we were going to, but like a 5-hour drive. So our flight was supposed to be at 10 a.m.
Wait, a 5-hour drive to an airport?
No, 5-hour drive to the city that we were instead flying to. It was a half an hour flight.
Yeah, sorry.
So 10 a.m. We get there at like 9, right? Because 10 a.m. flight. It's a local airport, no problem. The flight gets delayed till like 11. We're like, okay, it's fine. I guess late till 12, till 1, till 2, till 3. We were there until 5 p.m. The flight finally left at 6. And then they had to de-ice the plane because it's been snowing. That took 45 minutes. And then we didn't get to the city until 7:30. We were supposed to play at 6:50. We showed up, and we just got drink tickets and got drunk because they didn't let us play. We were too late. We missed our show because the flight was delayed by like 8 hours, and we didn't get paid, and we paid for flights. Nightmare. That was Sunday.
Great. That's a nice little cap off to the week.
Yeah, but it was a fun night. We went bowling. We had a good time.
Which drinks you have?
It was actually like a bunch of fancy drinks. They gave us drink tickets and they worked for anything. So we were getting like $18 cocktails. There was this Grey Goose vodka and Monster Energy cocktail that is the most ridiculous thing. But we were like, whatever, We just lost a bunch of money. We might as well. Let's just send it. Dude,
I love vodka energy. That's my jam. But wait, are you saying that you get drink tickets for a discount and the discount is then $18?
No, the drink tickets just get you a free drink.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, any drink on the menu. So we just got the most expensive ones we could.
Hell yeah.
Just like, why not? Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Oh, all right. Harass is starting over here, trying for the last hits, but missing them narrowly. Ooh, Archmage gets the claws +8. Is it just me, or is this item way too good, by the way?
Yeah, I agree. Very, very good. Game winning at times if in the proper hands, and Starbuck certainly has the magic hands. If you ask my ex-wife, at least, piece of shit.
She's such a skank. No offense, bro.
You know what? We all know it. We all know it.
Especially Starbuck knows it, bro. Let's be real.
Expansion, as expected on Hammerfall. It's a very good map for the exact reasons we just saw. Pulling that golem, getting the claws. It's a super easy camp to creep if done in the correct, dirty, filthy hands of Starbuck. And he's showing us its powers right now.
Headhunter count a little bit low at the moment, but they're trickling in one by one. Isn't it insane how Headhunters are such a shadow of their former self? You know what I mean? Like 3 years ago, everyone was like, oh my god, Headhunters, bro. You can't beat them. What do you do against them? I don't know. Footies are dying, ghouls are dying, everything's dying, we can't win. And now it's like, yeah, whatever, Headhunters, I don't care.
Sounds familiar to something we're seeing these days, doesn't it? It's almost like it takes a little bit of time to figure out a strategy, and then nobody struggles with it anymore, and it just becomes a regular strategy, everybody. Think about it. We just need Lyn. That's all we need. We need Lyn.
We do need
And
Lyn.
then Undead. I don't know what Undead is going to do versus Paladin Rifles. Good luck, you guys. That's all I'll say. I've never been able to beat it with Undead.
Nah, man. Happy's been doing really well. Crypt Lord Fast Expo, bro. You just gotta, run to the main base and kill everything.
Still?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 Crypt Ghouls still?
Well, level 2 aggression, run in the main, just kill like 90% of the peasants, and then you're cruising.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, definitely very entertaining games. I watched the Fortitude vs 120 series a couple nights ago.
Oh,
and that
but
was
40
a lot
got
of fun.
destroyed. Right? I mean, what still got destroyed, right?
Yeah, but I love watching. I love watching that. Just watching Pally Rifles own an undead is super entertaining.
Yeah, it's funny, the one game he had like 70 supply A-bombs against rifles, and he killed not a single unit.
Yep. It's so good. It's insane. It's insane watching human players be at like 40 supply on one base against an expansion and be like, you know, and up against 80 supply at Fast Expo. You know, every unit's 1 HP, and they're like, yeah, I can win this. I'm going to push across the map. I can probably win the fight down 40 supply. It's like, oh, yeah, you actually probably can.
Oh, Archmage, hold on now. Ooh, he gets away, just barely, same as the Headhunter. But the Expo keeps running and running over here. Starbuck is going to be enjoying some defend upgraded footmen soon as well. So it looks like he is stabilizing. Oh, cheeky, Farseer, swinging around the corner. Looking for that last little bit of right clickery. Can't get
Nice
to the
pressure. I believe it was 1 Headhunter in total loss. There's 2 red HP Headhunters going to the main base, and then 3 with the army. TC's on the way. Bestiary, Spirit Lodge done. So far, a clean game from Soen. Yes, the expansion's up, but Soen is pretty comfortable playing this sort of strategy. He's probably just going to try to immediately counter-expand as early as he can. He tends to just play macro games. Doesn't worry about all-in the expansion in most cases. Just plays 2-base, which if it goes late enough, it can be very difficult for the Orc, like we saw in Autumn Leaves, but if you play the momentum correctly of your Shamans and your Raiders, you can get a big advantage at this stage of the game.
Players' forces are under attack.
They're about to join. Lodge and Bestiary are done. Quite a bit of gold as well on the Orc side. Levels are low at the moment, but some power creeping in the center. Might be able to change that soon. Headhunter, careful now. No! Rock Golem.
Oh,
what a bully.
Sad day. Sad day. Sad day. Sometimes it happens. And you're just like, you know, whatever. You can have that one, bud. You can have that one. Okay, 3 on the Archmage. Oh, man. Is he just going to raw dog cancel this expansion with the invul pot? I think he's going to. Maybe. Is it worth it? Is the question.
Oh. Zone him out, bro. Zone him out. Where's the Shaman? There we go. Coming now. How much gold is Shaman again? Is it 120 or 130?
130.
Ridiculously
Cheap.
cheap. How are they so cheap?
They're very good units. Very, very good units. Archmage pressured. Redmond. About to be level 2 on the TC. Probably Shockwave this game would be warranted. Does go for it. Can easily whittle down those footmen. Archmage ensnared. Push of vulnerability. Will it be used? Yes, it will be, just to get a couple extra kills here.
Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden, that's around... Looks like a bad idea. Might cost him 3 Headhunters. Is nobody looking at items anymore, I wonder?
I know. I feel like it's done less and less these days.
I had a maddening game yesterday where it was, I think, Life against Labby. Played expansion, was in a perfect position with Demon Hunter. And he was running next to a Lich with like 50 HP. Lich had no mana, but he had a big mana potion in his inventory. He ran away, he was in the clear, and then he runs back into the mana potion. Guess what? He drinks the potion, uses Nova, kills the demon. And the game's over. And again, that is evidence that Night Elves are just stupider than
Oh my god.
the average man.
You would, they.
Never mind.
Very based. Jesus.
Town is under siege.
Wow. Never heard quite that comparison before, but there you go.
It is what it is. Oh, Ensnare finds the
Ooh.
Archmage in the back of the base. That's okay. He's got a TP. He's going to get out. And the footies cancels the expansion again.
Yeah, unfortunate. So Soen, you know, if he got that expansion up clean, even though Starbuck's expansion has been running for such a long time, it's a very playable position. But I'm afraid when your expansion gets canceled like that, it's tough. It's tough. Because eventually Starbuck is going to start pumping on these 3 Sanctums he has back at home.
Triple
and
Sanctum
it's
Dream. Shout out to
baby.
Neo. This was on his soundboard a while ago. That Triple Sanctum was unbeatable. Well, in a game state like this, it is indeed looking difficult to beat. Shaman are lusting for a purge on a water elemental, but even without it, that's a cancel.
Yeah, we're getting to tier 3 territory in order to actually be able to counter expand. Subfoot may get cleaned up. So, and again, we'll go for the Great Hall for the 3rd time, but tough. This, dare I say, might be the hardest position that someone's been in this whole best of 7 so far.
Yeah, whenever you clench the fist, the teeth and do the sound, you know it's not a good sign when you hear that from a caster.
Now King's even creeping up now too. He's got enough camps nearby. He's got the green, he's got his expansion. Soen will probably out-creep Starbuck in the short term, but Orcs are on their way out. Adept for the priests, all the upgrades, all the breakers in the world. And there's not really anything that's going to stop Starbuck at this point.
Only hope I see, only chance I see is Orc heroes completely out of control. Get double level 4 before the first big fight, then trade really well, get double level 5, and then you might have the chance to work some magic. Double level 5 can get you out of a tough spot if you play really well with them, even being down so far in econ. But for that, still lots of things will have to align.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that before. If the human player, just like, you know, we saw with Soen on Autumn Leaves, if the human player doesn't pay perfect attention to the fight, if their casters are out of position, you know, they lose all their priests, wolves get summoned, all of a sudden, you have no control over the fight. It can definitely happen. So Starbuck has to be, you know, very, very present in the first fight. He cannot allow all of his casters to be out of position. But he's got double heal scroll, now he's got Mount King level 3. And Militia scouts the Orc army. It's still even supply. And that Mana Stone could help out a ton, as well as the 1 mana ceiling on that Tauren Chieftain.
Needs more levels, man. Needs those level 4s. Soen.
A player's forces are under attack.
I want to win some more maps here. I want to get some more prize money. Starbuck's taking a sweet time and going into upkeep. Oh, but now he is. With a triple breaker. Triumphant trio, some call him.
Very scary indeed, and he's got the economy to continuously pump out triple breakers at a time, and that'll help the Blizzard in the back line.
Oh, would be a great time to fight here, but Starbuck TPing out, trying to minimize losses. In fact, it's only one single priest falling. Not quite ready yet.
Yeah, needs to buy a little bit more time for the breaker wall, which now he's got the 4th breaker on the way. But Soen, his expansion's up. The supply is still nearing even, and maybe if Soen could get some heal scrolls, this is actually a pretty playable game. Despite all the expo cancels, Soen's in not a terrible spot.
Crazy upgrades on these breakers, by the way. They're about to have 2/2 already. 13 minutes in. That's kind of wild. But the army's still tiny. Come on, Soen. Don't back off, bro. Go in. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's got a TP. No speed scroll, but he's got a TP. I think that would have been the time to jump on some of those casters. Now Militia come in, and it only gets worse when he starts creeping. Uh-oh. Did he get a heal scroll at least? He does get one.
Don't want to present your backside to this human army.
A player's forces are under attack.
Just like that 76 for Starbuck now. The triple sanctum.
Yep.
He produced so fast.
He's got the 2/2 now. Alright, looking for the connection. Here come the Raiders, ready with the ensnares. Where they flying? What's the first breaker? That one could be munched up easily by the Kodo. Blizzard doing a good amount of damage. Ooh, and the clap as well. Raiders taking a lot of heat right away.
TP out. 8 double units. 1 rifleman, 1 breaker, but the Kodo with the rifleman will go down. Breaker does get out. But Soen has to TP back, and there's Footman at the expansion, cleaning up the peons, and now Starbuck will also get the red camp. Soen might just have to accept the, just defending the expansion, and maybe getting his expansion and his seafood buffet, as you've called it in the past. Maybe that's the best he's going to get.
He's working on those levels. Bastia almost 4. But man, that's a huge army. That's a
Yeah.
terrifying army for the human right here. 80 supply, more or less.
You need a whole lot of Kodos. I feel like we're not seeing as many Kodos these days as we used to. We used to see in an 80 supply Orc army, sometimes 5 Kodos
Yeah,
to
baby.
deal with the breakers. And I feel like in this situation, with the lacking number of riflemen, there's only 1 currently, it might be the right play to think about that sort of an army if you're sowing. But currently, 1 Kodo and a second one on the way. That's all we've only seen 2 in the whole series so far. 2 max.
Starbuck again on the way forward. He doesn't have that much mana, perhaps, on the MK, but the AM is full to the brim. In we go. Speed scroll going past the MK, trying to get to the squishy backline. Some ensnares flying, going for the cast, but also need to have some ensnares for the Archmage. Purge on him, staff away, ensnare prevented. One to the wind. Weird fight all of a sudden. Chain wave, but the AM is still healthy. There's an item on the ground. It's the invuln. Gonna keep him safe. Huge blizzard. Ouch. Ouch. Oh boy. Gonna be interrupted by himself there for a moment, trying to reposition to the back, to the shop. Shockwave doing good damage there. But the heal scroll is big, and there's still one more to be used from the human side. The game's gonna end here, and Starbuck claims another map.
Yeah, Soen tried his best there. The positioning seemed good at first, but it doesn't take many claps, doesn't take many blizzards before all the raiders go down. You can no longer control the blizzard on the Archmage. And luckily, Starbuck had that potion of vulnerability as well. And that's, what are we at now? Are we at 4-1?
4-1, sir. Yes, indeed. We only have 2 maps remaining. That'll be
What will it be?
Tide Hunters and Twisted Meadows. Well, wouldn't you know? That's 2 of my favorite maps right there.
Very nice. Neither map's conducive to Pally rifles. Are we really going to see 0 Pally rifles? I love it. I love it that Starbuck's like,
I hate it. I want to see the
win without
torrents,
it.
bro. Where the torrents at?
But he's saving it. He knows he needs it for Lynn. He's not allowing people to get any game tape on him playing Pally rifles. He's like, I'm saving it. I'm saving it for a series that I'm not winning 4-1.
And I mean, it's certainly not going to be on TM, right? It's garbage on TM.
It can't be, right? Yeah, Mountain King, if anything, unorthodox on TM, I would expect.
Yeah. Tide Hunters? Pally rifles?
Maybe.
Kind of, but also not great. But it's all right. But on TM, I think it's horrible. You're going to get base lamed all day. Bad creeping at the start. No good. No Gucci.
Yeah, I think Northern Isles would have been a for sure, and I think Springtime would have been a for sure. But Tide Hunters is a maybe.
On Northern Isles, it's crazy good. It's insane. Like, Orc can never, ever expand. Oh, well, let's see. Tide Hunters, probably our last chance for Pally Rifles, boys. Are we going to see it at last? Perenolde, by the way, coming in with a first-time Prime sub. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, into map number 6 we go, Remodemo. What do we have? What do we see?
Hey, it is time! The PRU is back in the house. Pally Rifle University.
All right, cool. I'm glad we get to see it. Maybe only this one time, but Starbuck has given it to us. We'll see if Soen is prepared. Is his mind completely out of Pally rifles? Is he just thinking about Archmage games? Is he thinking, oh, maybe expansion again, as would be very common on Tide Hunters? Will Soen be prepared for it? We'll see what he has in store. We'll see what counter he goes for. And we'll see if there's any adjustments on the human side of things. But Pally Rifles is still developing as well as it gets more and more practice against top-level opponents. So we'll see what Starbuck has in store with this strat as well.
AMA credit in the chat says, I was hoping to have Lynn play, but don't know how to reach him. Well, tomorrow, send me a message on Discord to remind me. I can try to reach out to Lynn if you want. AMA credit.
Yeah, that would be a pretty great series as well. I'm surprised so far this series has been as one-sided as it has been, but I do feel like, yeah, Lynn versus Starbuck would maybe be, I don't know, let's say a 4-3 in Lynn's favor, I feel like, with the shape Starbuck's in, if I had to guess. Oh, Last hit does go to the Paladin. A good start, but force the Holy Light already with that Farseer, and that's exactly what you want to do. Force the mana, force the levels to be low.
Yeah. Is there a proper, most important thing to target here as you're harassing with Orc, or do you just attack what's in front and then you kite back?
I think you attack whatever is available, but obviously I would prioritize attacks on Riflemen, and then, well, Paladin first, always hero. Just put damage on it when possible, but the Paladin's rarely out of position, so Riflemen, or pretty much whatever you can attack without, very importantly, taking damage yourself. Never take hits 1-to-1. Only take the free hits given to you, or if you have wolves, that's when you can trade.
We see double racks, baby. Double racks and attack upgrade.
Here is the count. So this is what Soen wants to play against Pally Rifles. He did it blind on Amazonia, but he's doing it on reaction here on Tidehunters. Very interesting. I do wonder how this is going to play out because like you can trade pretty well. Even with just the 6 headhunters that is standard against this, you could trade quite well. The Paladin tends to be very timid in the early game.
Can you even tech with this, by the way? Is it just going to be stuck on tier 1? For at least until like 40 supply or so, right?
Yeah, because it's, you know, in order to tech, you need to cut so much production time that it doesn't even really justify going for the second barracks. So yeah, I think you're right. Probably around that 40 supply number at, you know, minimum is when he's going to be teching.
A lot of the time I see Soen's units trying to target something. He's got it focused fired on something like attack commanded, and then they walk after the pally or whatever. They don't get attacks out. I feel like there should be a little bit more, you know, attack uptime optimization going on here.
You know, there's a trick which I found out about 4 months ago, and I wasn't able to figure out if it was actually good or not. If you turn around like Soen is right now, and then instead of attacking, you do a patrol command backwards and do a 180, it cuts the attack animation out.
Oh god.
There's
Are we gonna
no
start
attack animation.
StarCraft microing now? StarCraft Broodua with that goddamn patrol?
Yep. Patrol micro. It's a real thing.
Bro,
it actually works.
There's gonna be no Warcraft player not too lazy to do this.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if it's better.
I don't even know if it's better. So, speaking of lazy micro.
First blood. Denied, but Soen needs to be the one with map control. He's on 2 barracks. You need to be the one aggressing.
Yeah, it's difficult when there's a handful on the right and a handful on the left, but you gotta go in, man. And don't pull back all of them on the left. Pull the one back who's low HP.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
This is honestly not very clean micro, man.
No, not clean at all so far. Okay, and this is when it gets difficult. Once you get to the 4, 5, 6 rifleman numbers, that's when it really starts to become tricky to trade. Like, you know, sometimes we don't even see more than 6 riflemen from Pally Rifles. This and a Blood Mage, and you're good. You can kill, you know, 100 supply Torrents. So it's really tough for Soen to actually win fights now, and Tier 2 is done. Although the Paladin's level 1, I mean,
it seems like
it's tough.
In the first 4 minutes, it's so important for you to properly trade, to get the right attacks in, to really maximize your damage uptime. And this was just sloppy. I feel like also, to be honest, Headhunter Micro has gotten a lot worse for many orcs.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's so much micro ability with them because they have huge range, they have really good turn rates, they have a pretty quick attack animation. Yeah. You can micro them a lot, much more than Fiends.
Yeah, people forgot, like, attack animation for Headhunters is great. Like, on Fiends, it's garbage, on Archers, it's bad, on Headhunters, it's good, it's just on Rifles, it's insane. Like, Rifles have, like, insta-gib.
Yeah, Archers are definitely the least microable units, to Night Elf players' credit. Of all the ranged.
Not that they try, but true.
Yeah, it's fair. So Blood Mage is here, draining the little mana left. Honestly, there's not a ton of Holy Lights. Even if all the mana is transferred, can some units start to fall? We need to see some Riflemen start to die ASAP.
Just one shop, just one region scroll, and everything's back to green, bro.
Yeah, it's so tough.
Why is he not making one? Ah, now he is. Okay. So, in this brute force... It ain't working. He's trying to go for a heal scroll here.
Okay, let me ask you the question. Is this strat, and I'm really talking to Soen through you right now. You're my conduit. Is this strat really better than the Tier 3 Panda 2nd Firelord? If that strat is so bad, the Panda 2nd Firelord thing, this is better? This is better than that.
Soen, tell us. Tell us. And I hope you can tell this is a rhetorical question. this strat is garbage, bro. Why don't you just play tier 3 Torrents? That's what we want to see. That's why we're here.
Yeah, but he is forcing him away for now. Shop is nearly up. Starbuck has yet to lose anything, but he's very close to losing a lot. We can at least say that.
Oh, hey, gets us around in.
All right.
It's going to cost him a bunch of headhunters, though. Oh, if he's even going to get it. Oh, no. Oh, no, no,
Jesus.
no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I wonder sometimes if there's a bug, you know, when you play Pally first. Maybe there's a bug in Warcraft where suddenly your units become fortified armor, and we just don't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. It seems like
it does look like that.
Everything's invulnerable.
Not invulnerable, but
very nice micro.
But fortified armor, you know.
Yeah. Like, you know, Starbuck has done this quite well. Many players in the world would have lost 6 riflemen this game, but Starbuck has lost 0. It has been very impressively done, but you know, it's sort of like a custom game he's playing right now. It's not a real game of Warcraft. It's defend the headhunters.
That is. That's true. It's kind of like 7 Illidan's, just wave after wave coming in.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else. There's no transition. There's no plan B. There's no expansion. There's soon GG, I would think.
Dr. Seuss over here. Beautiful, beautiful. Level 2 at least. He's going to have one more set of wolves. But is he even attacking? No. And also the question becomes, I guess he's doing this on reaction, to be fair. He opens standard. Is this better than TC Grunts? Definitely not. It's not better than the Happy Strat. Oh, man, the Blood Mage. And this is showing, you know, even though the Paladin's only level 1, which it was for such a long time, that's not a big deal.
Well, sir, what do we do now?
I mean, he's got a lot of spear boys. He's got another heal scroll. Is he just going to use it? Yep, just uses it. 45 versus 50. He's down in supply.
What are spirit boys?
Spear boys. The head of
spear boys. I heard.
Boys.
Spirit boys.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have walkers. Spirit Link would be quite nice right now. It would be better than what he has, at least. Oh, more and more units falling. He's about to be level 3 Blood Mage somehow before the Paladin. Starbuck have a little bit of fun. Why not go for a protection scroll? Why not? I just wonder, who has this strategy beaten? Has it beaten Fortitude? Has it beaten Sock? Has it beaten Starbuck? Has it beaten Loliot's off race?
I don't think so, bro. Dude, a couple of weeks ago, what was it? I don't remember what tournament it was. One of the smaller tournaments. Lolai was absolutely beating 1-0's ass with his off-race Paladin rifles.
Yeah.
But only for one series. To be honest. Well, gentlemen and gentle ladies, that was kind of close, maybe, but in the end, Starbuck brings it home. And to be honest, I think if Starbuck just goes for an earlier shop,
yeah,
there's zero chance with this strategy.
Much different. Yeah, he doesn't even need to be as timid as he was. There's one thing I'm happy about with that game, though. We got to see we got a little bit more game tape of one more strategy that we could just cross off the list. You know, people are trying a lot of different things, both Orc players and Undead players, trying a lot of strats, and just to be able to, you know, okay, we're not going to do that one anymore. That one doesn't work. We can forget about that for now. Yeah, and it's good to have the game tape.
It doesn't seem to. It doesn't really seem to work. Why is so resistant against the Taurens? Hitman told me that Taurens are really good units by now. And I will take that knowledge to the grave. And I will never change my mind.
Yeah, or even like Taurens, sure. I mean, I go for some Taurens. Even just the straight tier 3, because your timing, your power spike hits when the human is pushing. And you get a free panda level 3. There's not much the human does or can do to stop your panda level 3 because Drunken Haze and you just catch rifles. It's really good strat. It's very good. Maybe it's not good enough to beat Starbuck. Maybe nobody is good enough to beat Starbuck when he plays Pally Rifles. but it doesn't mean there's not a better strategy than this.
Yeah, so far it is a pretty one-sided affair here, folks. The score is 5-1. We're going to have one map left in this full-out best of 7. That's why we're playing every single map. Every single map is worth additional prize money. And the tally right now is 5 maps for Starbuck. That is $250. 1 map for Soen. That is $50. And there's one last map to be played. Twisted Meadows, an old classic, a fan favorite. And now our last map for the day.
So far, our longest game was 27 minutes. Maybe this one could top that. If we are going to have an epic long game, it was going to be on this map. So let's hope for it to end the day off, the especially long day for you, Remodemo, to end it off. Let's hope for a banger here.
All right, Soen. One last time, baby. Show us what you're made of. We believe in you, especially Carson. He is the #1 fan.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Would you like to play a little concert for Soen with your band in Korea?
I would definitely do that. 100%. I would love to play some shows in Asia. I think Japan would probably be our first place we would go because that's the most common for bands to go in. But Korea
I heard that in Japan, heavy metal was big.
Oh yeah, definitely. Most of the metal bands I know, or know of at least, have always toured Japan and Australia. Always. They're always going over there.
Oh, you don't say. Yeah, I guess from where you live, like West Coast America, it's not that far of a trip. Well, it's still the Pacific.
It's not crazy.
It's still the Pacific. Maybe I should take that back.
Yeah.
For us from Europe, it's... Dude, we haven't been to China in so long. How long was the flight again? I think like 9 hours, I think it was.
Okay.
I think it might be a little bit less for you, but...
Dude, that's... It takes me, to get to the other side of Canada, to get to Toronto for me, it's a 6-hour flight.
God damn.
Yeah. To get to Florida, it was 5.5. So it's
distances are different in America. It's kind of funny. Like in Europe, everything is so close to each other, and there's like a million countries, and there's so many communities entrenched for like centuries, you know, that we think, oh my god, dude, we have to drive for like 50 minutes, dude. That is an eternity. In the US, they're like, oh, we took a little road trip this weekend. We drove for 11 hours, and we don't understand. We don't have that American mind.
Very, very far. And when we were in the UK, it was like, oh, we can just go to France. We'll be there in like an hour. I was like, wait, what? Be there in like an hour? What the hell? It's insane.
There's some people who swim from England to France across the channel, bro.
It's outrageous. I can't even swim across a pool, Remodemo, so...
Yeah. I'm always in the shallow end, but I can still stand and chill, you know?
Yeah, or the hot tub.
Seems like
the
the
very
way to go.
shallow hot tub.
So that sounds good as well.
Okay, so we do have 4 farms. Doesn't 100% mean an expansion on this map because you put one at the lab regardless, but I would expect an expansion. Militia going around and down, and we will have that. But Soen, correct strategy. He goes for the grunt and he creeps level 2. Now he's got items, he's got chain lightning, and he's got nice normal damage against those peasants to pressure the expansion. This is an ideal opener against the Expo.
Hells yeah, baby. Off we go. In we are. Chain lightning. Would love to get a big last hit here. Trying to prevent that level up on the AM. Oh, chain lightning too late there. He already had his staff pointed. A little bit of indecision maybe. Come on, man. You gotta get one of those last hits. Please, baby.
Is he gonna chain lightning it? Oh, 101.
Need that one.
Get it.
All right.
There we go. Bounces. A couple of peasants taking some damage. We do have enough mana for a resummon on the wolves, but half duration, full health on those bad boys still. So if Soen just continues kiting with the entrance of the 3rd headhunter, maybe some serious damage could be done. One headhunter about to fall. Grunt microed out to the north. Oh, level 3 from that headhunter. That is unfortunate. Not to mention this item, you might have said it earlier, but Ring of the Archmage, so good to get early on.
Yeah, also Ring of Region is ridiculous. Yeah. I think Ring of Region is like the most broken early game item, actually, by far.
I love that item so much.
Completely insane.
Do we have a new set of wolves? Definitely need to, like, he's microing his headhunters with his Farseer. Just leave the headhunters, bring the Farseer in, and start attacking those peasants. The headhunters do not need to be here. Run those away.
Get him out of here.
They don't need to see this.
Get him out of here, bro. And the Farseer is definitely just... Why is he running with him? Yeah, you're right. That's the problem of in the same control group and using the group. Oh, and a 4-pointer. Almost. With those footies.
Good damage on the footman. You either have two options. You can either split your Farseer away there and start attacking peasants as much as you can, or you can keep everything sturdy together, never take any damage on headhunters, and just consistently kite the footman. This allows you to eventually whittle down the footman enough that the human can no longer defend their expansion. It's the passive approach to being aggressive later on, but you can't do that if you're super indecisive and, you know, taking a lot of damage on your headhunters. You just can't do it with the way Soen is played.
Town is under siege.
Once again, it seems like we need Lyn, baby. Lyn, we need you. Where are you? Lyn is MIA and all the orcs are in despair.
Yeah, this is difficult because, you know, Starbuck is certainly very, very good. I would call him probably a top 8 or top 10 player, maybe even better than that. But he's not Fortitude.
Players' forces are under attack.
So, you know, imagine if this was Fortitude. It's looking very, very dire in that case. So, we need the strategies. We need the wisdom of Lyn, absolutely, because Soen is getting smacked around by Starbuck.
And again, he's pulling back here. The low HP headhunter has to run, of course, but the other two could be firing. There could be damage coming in. There's a lot of damage left on the table.
And now the pressure. One water elemental spawned, enough mana for the next one. And it is double bestiaries. Typically, if you delay the expansion a little bit, you get some peasant kills. You can go for double bestiary to try to close out the game with some surgical attacks, but we'll see if someone can even defend 4 footmen pressuring him.
And Snare's finishing up soon, and then these footies should be going down one by one, is the plan.
There we go. Front living. Deny on the footman, because why not? One headhunter will fall.
Players' forces are under
But
attack.
as long as Soen can get out on the map and start being a bit more aggressive soon, he'll be happy, even if he takes a couple of losses.
Ooh, 2 shockwaves had to be spent here already just for 2 footy kills. That was it. Archmage has to be forced into a TP here. Cannot be allowed to create even more space. Oh, no. Slips out. But flirting. Oh, dangerously with the creeps. Chain lightning. Almost there.
Back to his shop, and the Sim City is being started. Not fully protecting the town hall, but the surface area has been reduced to, let's say, about 5 raiders at best. Make that 3 raiders at best. It's only getting worse and worse for Soen to be able to break the expansion, but the main base still exposed. The first guard tower, or future guard tower, only now being built, so Soen with opportunities to go for an attack. Pillage now about 20% done. Will be finished on time for everybody in the Twitch chat.
The merchant creep could be really nice here. Get level 3 faster,
Yeah.
get TC close to 2, pick up the heal scroll. Not gonna go for it though. Wouldn't that have been like a big boost?
Yeah, I agree with that move. I think that would have been the better play. Even just to pull out the Warlord and get the item and get level 3 Farseer, that probably would have been optimal. But full out aggression. Tried to supply block, but not able to. The Mountain King's still on the way out, but Altar should be killed. I think he should be able to get the Altar.
Got a bunch of ensnares here. No attack upgrade yet, but it's about to finish. Archmage shows up. Lots of mana. Shockwave is enough for the kill. We got a Tavern Hero instead. It's plan B. It's the Panda. Masha, Storm, Stout. Also quite nice. That kill is level 3 Farseer though, and maybe there's a second win here for the Orc.
Yeah, that was a nice pick off. There's a couple of farms and the Altar getting some militia kills as well. Lumber not infinite, with there being no Shredder yet at least. Panda now ensnared, pressure on him. The level 2 Wolves also helping out a ton. Panda got swapped all the items, but he might need to be swapped the town portal as well. Just gonna let him fall for now. Swap the items back to the Archmage before he died, actually. Nice little details there from Starbuck.
No easy way to get him back either. Altar has not been rebuilt, so this is a bit awkward right now. But now Orc heroes and units a little bit on the hurt side. Heal salves are hardly available anymore.
Dude, even the critter is helping the SimCity. Back at the expansion for Starbuck. First rifleman's out. Everything is hurt, but Soen has to continue being aggressive. Remember the backpack we were talking about earlier? This would be the perfect situation for it.
Why is there no backpack, bro? He's got 600 gold.
It's just too much. It's too much to do. Oh, TP force. Good damage from Soen. He's keeping up the pressure. This is looking like not the worst game, and the main base is cracked a little bit too. If the aggression can re-kill that altar,
yeah, that altar
denying that panda
is in the worst position ever.
Yeah. Once the altar's dead, then the keep is in a bad position as well. Okay, he's got to deny this panda. If he can deny the panda one more time, Soen is in, I would maybe dare to say, an advantage position.
Panda denied.
Dare to say it.
A player's forces are
Backpack,
under
baby,
attack.
come on.
How does he not have backpack? There's raiders coming every 30 seconds. But with casters coming, things get more dangerous, especially with Sorks soon to join. The slow should soon be there. First one now in production. Quite a few raiders hurt now along with the TC. Oh, wouldn't heal salves be nice? But you know what? No, we're lazy. We're going to go for the heal scroll instead.
And having a cleared expansion at this point would be nice. Typically, you'll at least do that before going aggressive with the mass raiders. You'll clear your expansion, not to expand greedily right away, but just to have it available for a situation like this. Like, okay, I've done good damage. The human is very, very passive. They're not going to make their way across the map. I'll plop down my Great Hall, but I'll continue to be aggressive. And then that is my my follow-up plan, because you're not going to always win. Like, the only way you win with pure raiders is if you get a town hall kill, either killing the keep or killing the expansion, both of which are seeming more and more difficult for Soen.
Panda might make it out this time. Just in time. Level 1 didn't take long.
Oh, backpack with he's got a Kodo as well. But he didn't buy items on the Kodo. He's got 4 slots for a reason.
Got it. Didn't use it. Got it too late. Now he's running home. This is the sadness that I am presented with so often by Orcs.
Pillage and then backpack. Always remember, that should just be your upgraded order. When you get pillage, just put backpack behind it. It's 25 gold. Queue it up, or 50 gold. Just queue it up behind.
Church. Listen to this man. Listen to this man, people.
Alright, so creeping again. Good creeping. We're soon to be level 4, level 3. Maybe Soen, if he can go again, clears expansion. Maybe he can play around the hero levels. It's possible. The panda is, with 0 experience still? 35 experience right now.
There's also going to be no clap in this game, so that opens up a lot more late game possibilities for the Orc.
Player's forces are under attack.
Go forward again, but the panda is going to be given the space to creep to, this is maybe going to be 2.2 for the panda. Very nice boost to the experience. Soen goes forward. The keep is still quite exposed. You can get behind that sanctum in the front and still attack it. That is always the win condition with, was it 7 raiders currently? Could easily kill this keep.
2-1 upgrades on those raiders. Very strong. Quick TP has to come home. This is actually where the Paladin is amazing. The Drunken Haze is so good against raiders. Well, didn't hit the perfect spot there, but in theory, it's still the case. Raiders not attacking. Raiders stopped attacking. Raiders, what are you doing?
Oh my god, the wand of mana stealing while the TC's arm was raised for the shockwave to kill all of those peasants, Remodemo. That would have been 5 peasant kills.
Instead, they
Soen
survive.
fumbled that. If he committed and got that shockwave off, that's a dead keep. And then you commit the TP, you're in a perfectly fine position. Mistakes. Again from Soen.
It's not the first one today. Soen looking for his opportunities here, but what does he really have left, man? Raider army here now, only a joke. Not even really micro against the towers anymore. Soen perhaps feeling a bit frustrated. He knows this scoreline is not the most amazing. His payday is not all that thrilling.
Yeah, so many opportunities this game for Soen, or rather this whole series for Soen, that he did not capitalize on. And now with the panda hitting level 3, it doesn't get easier. It only gets more and more difficult. The panda has all the opportunity to creep to level 5 even. Imagine he goes red, lab, Mert camp. He's going to be 4.1, 4.2 easily by then.
Yeah, exactly. Down here in the magic triangle, you can get lots of experience and items. Staff of Silence is okay, I guess.
Here we go again for the keep. This time, do we commit fully? He's got double mana pot. You kill the keep or you leave the game. Maybe you kill the keep and then you leave the game. I don't know what order.
Raiders trying to properly get in there deep. Ooh, Shockwave. Looking for the Chain Lightning. Never mind, doesn't have the mana. It ain't gonna be enough. It ain't enough.
Oh no. He didn't Shockwave again either. It was definitely off cooldown. He didn't finish his food with those peasants. Well, he gets a good amount of gold, but I mean, with the losses he took, is it really worth it? How many raiders was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corpses, I see? I think 4 of those are raiders.
A player's forces are under attack.
Going backing off again with his tail tucked between his legs. Starbuck with the way stronger army, so it has to win this game through lame-o mode.
Of course, he was silenced earlier. That's why he didn't kill the peasants, right? Staff of Silence coming into play right there to save a bunch of peasants. Oh! Catches Archmage out of position. Push invulnerability swap, but there is no TP. Can he kill the Archmage? Probably not.
Proving difficult. Oh, invul right before the Chain Lightning. Still there.
Staff out now. Staff out now.
He did. He's gonna get him. Right? Surely? Right? Summon a water elemental worth... No. No. Hey! Got him. The Shockwave from downtown, finally. That is at least a mental victory towards the end. A little bit of a consolation prize. Or is there still a chance? Is there still a chance here, perhaps? Can he keep brawling with his pretty well-leveled heroes? Well, the Farseer will not fight on anymore. He hits the deck. The game is over. And the series has found its end, with Starbuck winning map number 6 as well. Map number 7, I mean. That is a 6-1 score for Starbuck, being almost perfectly victorious today.